Rachel, Republicans are trying to stir the pot on this one. They released a new ad today with a woman in it who said that she supported Hillary Clinton and she's voting for John McCain. But there's an interesting backstory to this, isn't there?
There is an interesting point to that. And Jean, you raised this with the idea of how kind of stupendously strange it would be for Senator Clinton's pro-choice supporters to instead support John McCain, who has pledged to overturn Roe v. Wade. So there's a Hillary Clinton delegate who's in a new John McCain ad who explains why she's supporting John McCain, encourages other Democrats to consider doing the same. At a press conference in Denver, which the Republican Party organized, that nurse from Wisconsin, former Hillary Clinton delegate, was asked, you describe yourself as a pro-choice Democrat. How could you vote for McCain on the choice issue? And she said, well, as far as I understand it, John McCain's against overturning Roe v. Wade.
What?
Right, which he's not. That's not at all his position, which implies that for Democrats to support John McCain, they have to have no idea what John McCain stands for.
Well, isn't that embarrassing then, that this woman who's in a McCain ad doesn't even know McCain's record on choice?
That is really not the irrelevant. The relevant point here is that the McCain people are running these ads because they know if the Hillary people can be prevented from going home, they win the election. That's why they're going to this particular point. There is no more important issue right now on political ground than whether the Hillary folks come home.
Here are the facts, too, why it matters. When we look at all of the national polls, Barack Obama has the support of about 80% of Democrats. John Kerry had the support of 89% of Democrats. We are told by our political experts who follow these numbers, if Barack Obama can get 89% of Democrats to support him, he's going to jump 4 points in the national polls. That's why there is room to grow at this convention. That is why tonight matters. That is why he's got to sell his story to those Democrats who still hold reservations. Right, Gene?
Well, that's one of the reasons the convention matters. But I think we're wrong if we put all the eggs in the basket of the convention, in the sense that the time between now and the election is a time when voters on both sides are going to make up their minds. And I refuse to believe that they're going to be totally unmindful of the issues, in many cases, issues they care deeply about.
We've got 2 occasions to do it. This convention and the first debate for Barack Obama to bring those Democrats home. I think if it's not done there, it's hard to see how it's going to be done, quite frankly. He can do it there, he can do it here, but it hasn't been done yet.
I think we're seeing a little bit of what we saw at the end of the primaries, when Senator Clinton had no chance of winning, but stayed in, and none of us could figure out the calculation about when she was going to get out. And I said at the time, and I still feel it like that way, looking back on it, that it was sort of post-rational. There was something else going on other than math that explained why she was staying in the race. That's what's going on right now with Senator Clinton's supporters. When Chuck Schumer just described them to our reporter as being outliers, people who are not making a decision based on policy, people who are not even following Senator Clinton's lead, who is telling her supporters to support Barack Obama, but they say they're doing it because they support Hillary Clinton. That's post-rational. It no longer makes sense. And how do you win an argument with that?
All right, we're going to have a lot more tonight because we've got a big night ahead.
If you want to win them over.
I'm not winning anybody over. I'm talking about how to win an argument.
We've got a lot more ahead here from the panel.
Sir and Maddow, you shake their hands and kiss their babies.
I'm getting to this from upstairs, but before we do that, Gene and I have something for Chris and Keith. Look at this. It is a tchotchke that they are handing out down here to all of the supporters. Back to you guys.
We're going to institute a feature of the day.
Swag. I have to tell you, the word of the night, delivered by Rachel Maddow, the new owner of 9 o'clock in network television and cable. I have to tell you, post-rational. I love that phrase, post-rational. Now let's get back to NBC's Tom Brokaw, who's with Kansas Governor Kathleen Sebelius.
That's governor of that phrase, post-rational. It's a product of a Stanford and Rhodes Scholar education. So we're going to get back to plain talking.
She's a very smart woman.
She is a very smart woman. Let's pick up on what they